And these guys are the strangers. Oh, they are strange. Let me tell you, gentlemen, loved your stuff, having a flashback just a minute ago during Hey Joe. I loved it. Where are you guys from?
We all go to UL. Go Cajuns.
UL Lafayette, right down the road. Raging Cajuns, you guys rock. A couple more songs we got?
A couple more, yeah. We're playing just a couple more minutes, and we're going to invite a dear friend up, and we're going to play a really good one to end us out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a couple more for you, though.
Aye, pass a good time, yeah. Here we go. Griffin and the Strangers, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I come to Southwest Louisiana to eat because we love local ingredients. Fresh seafood from the Gulf, fresh everything. We have Cajun, Creole, we have a slight Southeast Texas influence, and all that come together, and that's why you should come. Making our guests happy, giving people one-of-a-kind experiences. That's how I feed my soul.
Please support our Louisiana restaurants. Together, you ensure we remain Louisiana strong.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You come to Louisiana for smiles, not souvenirs. You come here to get lifted up, spun around, and put down in a brighter, lighter place. You make me happy when skies are gray. You come here for the distinctive music and the amazing food. But what really spills out of the horns and over the edges of your plate is joy. Some people might call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. So come live life to the fullest, where there's an abundance of good food, good music, and good times. So there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. This is Lauren Daigle, inviting you to come feed your soul in Louisiana. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Here. But for those of you, whether you are a frequent visitor to Louisiana Night Jam or coming in as a brand new spectator, we welcome you both equally. And especially you good folks that were at the BR Rougarou game a couple of nights ago, where I introduced the World Women's Water Ski Jump Champion Hannah Straltsova to the public, and also on a number of other media occasions, including on WBRZ tune-in last Monday morning, where we also got to see Hannah Straltsova publicize this event. So however you heard about us, whether it be on TV, whether it be on print, whether it be on the internet, via Facebook and all of that kind of stuff, we certainly welcome your attendance, and we're going to get the event up and running in the next few moments.
Tony, down here at the east end of the lake, the Remax balloon, what is going on?
Well, I'm not too sure, but we're going to find out in just a few moments.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Dee Johnson out of California at the pilot, putting the gas to the balloon.
Now, if anyone ever knows Dee Johnson, him and Things That Fly aren't always a complementary mix.
That is the truth. Dee's been a good person and a big part of water skiing in the South Central region, which is Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma. He's been around for a number of years and was a great competitor himself, and now he's a balloonist full of hot air.
What do you reckon's going on there, Bill? I mean, it looks suspiciously high, and the boat's being positioned right underneath the basket there. I wonder what's going to be happening.
Tony, I think we're going to have to wait a minute and see what's going on. Things are looking interesting. The people down here on the east end of the lake have the best view, and everybody's waiting with holded breath.
All right, whilst they wait with bated breath, a quick note to all of those that have VIP tickets. You can make your way to the VIP area, which is directly behind the Bud Light stand. Those who currently hold VIP tickets are more than welcome to go into the VIP enclosure and utilize the privileges that the VIP ticket affords you. Yep, that balloon there is getting.
I think D is doing his imitation of a yo-yo right now, a very large, very slow yo-yo, up and down, but at least he hadn't crashed yet.
Yeah, the immediate thing that he has to avoid are the power lines, which are situated maybe about 150 yards to his left and to our right. So I mean, he's got that risk to contend with. But I wonder what's on his mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a full array of displays and skiing going on tonight. We've got slalom head-to-head skiing going on by a couple of the best guys in the entire world. We've got a trick ski exhibition. We have got, of course, the main event tonight, the best jumpers in the world competing against each other for a stack of money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, to honor the United States of America, please lower your hats as we now get ready to play the Star Spangled Banner.
Please rise, and we have all right, ladies and gentlemen, honoring America, two skiers behind the towboat, Elena and Olivia Critchley. Let's give it up for both of them. Big hands. 5 and 3 years old, third generation skiers from right here at Tri-Lake. Daughters of Steve and Danielle Critchley, granddaughters of Jay and Ann Bennett. Girls, great job. Thank you so much. Tony, the national anthem just played. We've got kickoff. It's about time for things to happen.
Yes, indeed. Going to the national anthem, and now we're going to do our boat parade. Our towboats, each of them equipped with 6.2 liter engines. They are the the boats that we are be using for this competition. Introducing the drivers, Chris Wharton, Trent Finlayson, and Scott Greenwood.
Three of the best boat drivers in the world for competition water skiing. You can't find better than these three gentlemen right here. More records set behind these guys than anybody else before. They are the best of the best. And we have them right here at Tri-Lakes.
Yes, indeed. And the balloon skillfully maneuvers itself just in time to allow our two towboats at the left-hand side of the lake to pass underneath. But that leaves one other boat, and the other boat is the one that they call the Beast. This one has an enhanced 6.2-liter engine, and we're going to use that for the men's jump event, which will take place a little bit later on. But our first two boats on the left-hand side, let's give it up for them, please. Oh, my word, they're going towards each other.
Two from the left,
What's
one from
gonna
the
happen
right,
here?
and splitting.
Skillfully maneuvered, I do have to say. Scott Greenwood there on the single boat. Chris Wharton and Trent Finlayson on the other boat. Scott Greenwood comes to us originally out of Scott in Arkansas. Was a member of Louisiana Monroe's national championship winning teams from many, many seasons ago. Trent Finlayson, also a winner in collegiate skiing, but for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Also Chris Wharton. He is also a previous collegiate water skier, but he is originally from the United Kingdom, but he plied his collegiate trade with the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette.
All right, still watching the Mastercraft towboats from the left, from the right. Our drivers doing what they do best, putting these boats through the paces. How about it? Give it up for our three drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, the best of the best. Yeah, know it. All right, right now we've got Tony up on the Bud Light stage. Tony, what do you have?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first event of this evening is going to be our slalom competition, a head-to-head battle between two competitors, one from the United Kingdom and one from Canada. Introducing to you our first competitor from Bolton in England, the current collegiate national men's slalom champion of the United States. This is Aaron Davies.
Give it up for our Raging Cajun.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you from Canada, one of the world's top water ski slalomers. He comes to us from Canada, Stephen Nephew.
All right, Stephen. Tony, give us a heads up on what we're going to be doing and seeing out here today.
All right, this is what's going to happen. Each of our competitors are going to go behind their nominated boat of choice. They are going to be participating in an event called Slalom. Now, for those of you who have not seen Slalom, I will explain it to you as we go along, but essentially, the slalom course is to be negotiated with 3 turns on either side. Three on the right, 3 on the left. And after each pass is completed, the rope gets shorter, making the whole task of slaloming the course that much more difficult. We have 2 of the best in the business, Aaron Davies and Stephen Nephew. Stephen Nephew gets to ski behind Trent Finlayson, whereas Aaron Davies will get to ski behind, I believe, either Scott Greenwood or Chris Wharton. Yes, Scott Greenwood. So.
All right, Tony, I just got the word from the judges' tower. Stephen is going first. Aaron is going second.
That's right. Now, okay, with the slalom course, the length of the rope is the critical factor here, because after each successive pass, the rope gets shorter. Now, the course doesn't get any wider. It doesn't get any narrower. The slalom course is exactly the same dimensions, used everywhere across the world. So whether you're slaloming in Japan or China, the United States, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, or Spain, the slalom course is exactly the same dimensions the world over. But whenever they each clear a pass, we take whatever rope they cleared that pass on, we shorten the rope a little bit, and then we take them in for another pass, and we repeat that cycle until they either fall or miss a buoy. And that is the essence of the slalom competition. How that plays out in practicum, you'll get to find out in just a moment or so. Bill, what you got?
Well, Tony, I'm curious here. You know, I've been watching slalom for a long time, and these guys are the best of the best. Boat speed, what are we looking at here?
Okay, boat speed 36 miles an hour or 58 kilometers an hour for those of you that like to use the metric system. That's 36 miles an hour.
36 miles an hour, that's pretty good. And those buoys come at you very fast at that speed, especially as you shorten the line.
But Bill, the boat may be going at 36 miles an hour, but the skiers aren't, because they'll be using the whip action force from one side to the next to generate speed twice as fast as 36 miles an hour. Very, very close to 70 miles an hour as they go across the back of the boat. And they have to do that 6 times in quick succession in order to stay ahead of the course.
So it's a matter of building speed across the wake, carrying it into the buoy, decelerating to make your turn, and then accelerating again.
That's right. That's right.
And these are some of the best in the world at doing this.
All right, so just as a reminder, this competition here, the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam presented by Tides Medical. The jump portion of the competition will be held a little bit later on in tonight's festivities. It's part of the Water Ski Pro Tour, which trailblazes tournaments across the world. The next Water Ski Pro Tour stop, incidentally, will be making its first appearance in Africa within the next week. They'll be going to Morocco for the Marrakesh tournament, but we are here in Zachary right now. Zachary very much at the epicenter of tournament water skiing at this time, as folks are tuning in right now across the world via webcast to watch the competition go down right in front of you.
Tony, down on the west end, the east end, my bad, left-hand side of us, under the balloons almost, the boats are staged, the skiers are getting ready. We will have one on the water in just a moment.
All right, our other boat is making its way over to the dock right now to pick up Aaron. This is going to be a head-to-head format. Now, the head-to-head format is a pretty unusual format in terms of slalom skiing. Normally, whenever we run a slalom skiing competition, the skier goes one pass and then they repeat the cycle until they fall or miss a buoy, and then that's the end of their set. Now, in the head-to-head format, one skier goes out, completes one pass, hopefully, and then the next skier does the same thing immediately afterwards, and then they switch from one end to the other, and then it continues until one person falls or misses. Now, Bill, You have someone from my part of the world next to you,
I
right?
do have somebody very special, no other than Joel Poland, world champion, one of the greatest all-around guys. Joel, thanks so much for being back at Tri-Lakes. Welcome.
Oh man, it's an honor to be back here. I mean, we got a really nice looking crowd tonight. Conditions are looking good, and we got this strong old mastercraft in the lake as well. So everything's lining up for a good night, isn't it?
It is looking good. Joel, being the great slalom skier that you are, a couple of guys you competed against in the past. Where's your money gonna lie?
Oh man, so I'm a radar guy, and Steven's a radar guy, so I got to bet on him every single day. Aaron's a good buddy of mine as well, actually. He's on the English team with me, and you know, we grew up skiing together, but man, Neview's my guy. Gotta love him.
Hey, Joel. Hey, Bill. Aaron wants some applause. Should we give it to him? Let's get up for Aaron Davies!
Here he is,
He's getting ready to
from
go.
ULL, the local boy, Aaron Davies. Hey, how about a good hand for our man here up on the podium, Mr. Joel Poland. Joel, thanks again so much. And we look forward to watching you fly tonight.
Hey, thank you very much, Bill.
Hey, you uncorked a couple of nice ones today, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a good prelim round, so hopefully we can do a little more in the final.
Looking forward to it. Thanks again. Joel Poland, ladies and gentlemen, one of the nicest guys, best skiers in the world.
Oh, and let me tell you something else about Joel Poland. If you have Instagram, which I'm sure most of you do, look at his handle, Joel Poland, war one word, and you'll get to see that there is more than one side to Joel Poland than meets the eye. You'll get to see him in the jump event, but in the tricks and the slalom event, he is one of the unmatched competitors in all of the world, and you can check it out on his Instagram, Joel Poland, all one word. All right, now, the reason why that boat came to us fairly slowly to pick up Aaron Davies is because the driver, Scott Greenwood, knows all too well how much of a disadvantage it would be to throw rollers or like little waves down the course. Now, we want to try and make sure that it's an even playing field for both of our skiers. That's why we're taking our time a little bit here to make sure that the wave action is at the minimum. And it also gives you a little bit of time to go grab yourself a little something to eat, a little something to drink there, a little shameless plug. But what do you want to drink? We've got beer, we've got a lemonade stand, we've got the snowballs, and we've got plenty to eat on the other side of the judges' tower. So make sure you avail yourself of that. And if you're holding a VIP ticket, well, you can make your way to the VIP area, which is directly behind the Bud Light tent.
Hey, Tony, as long as we've got a minute here, I'd like to plug some of our sponsors that have been helping us out so much. All Pro
Hold up a second,
Tent
Bill.
and Graphics right here in Zachary. On the left, coming into the course, Tony.
All right, this is the opening pass for Stephen Nevieu, coming in at 32 off, which is 43 feet of line against the slalom course with the course width of 37.5 feet. Sounds like a lot of room to get around all of these buoys, but starting at 32 off gets the heart rate pumping and gets you up and running. Ladies and gentlemen, opening pass, 32 off for Stephen Nevieu.
6 clean buoys. The boat stopping on the west end will drop Stephen down in the water, and then back to the east, our left end, Aaron Davies will be coming in as soon as the wake dissipates.
All right, now this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. Aaron Davies is going to go in on exactly the same pass and do exactly the same thing. It sounds a little tedious, but trust me, these are the opening passes. I mean, if you imagine like watching the Olympic Games, say, and you're watching like the high jump, the jumpers, you know, they get an opportunity to go over one height, and if they get successful, then they go up to something a little bit higher and higher and higher until they either crash into the barriers or they fail to take the jump. Slaloming is very much like that. Here comes Aaron Davies, standing at over 6 feet tall. He comes to us out of the northern English city of Bolton in Lancashire, England. This is Aaron Davies. He is one of our instructors here at Bennett's Water Ski School, so he has a good fan base here. Let's make some noise for him. Here comes Aaron Davies. 32 off start. Trying to play this cautiously here, just making sure that he executes the turns the best way he knows how. Trying not to get ahead of himself. And that means that with our both passes at 32 off, we go to 35 off. Let's hear it for Aaron Davies.
All right, all right. Hey, Tony, I've got a new friend down here named Luke, and he was really pulling for Aaron Davies, and he's telling me about the French fries. Do you like those fries, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about them? They're good?
Yeah.
All right. Where did you get them? Back over here at the food trucks?
Yeah.
Yes. Luke is a man of few words, but he knows his stuff. Those are great French fries. Back here on the west end of the levee, the food trucks. Everybody, Luke endorses them, and you know they got to be good. All right. Tony, coming back in.
All right, now we're on the next line length. This is 35 off. It means that the rope length is 40 feet in length. The course width is still the same, 37.5 feet. That leaves the skier with 2.5 feet to get round all 6 buoys. To imagine that, where I'm standing now in relation to this post here, that's about 2.5 feet. That's all the room that these skiers have to get round the turn. But if they make it through this, then it gets even shorter to the point where the rope does not reach out to buoy's width. That coming up maybe in a moment, but here we go. This is Stephen Nephew. This is 35 off or 12 meters in his part of the world of Canada. Here we go. This is 1 and 2. Nicely done round number 3. And as he gets round number 5 and round number 6, let's give it up, please, for Canada's Stephen Nephew.
Wow, what a beautiful run. 6 buoys, very smooth, very controlled. Nothing but acceleration, deceleration, and turn. A classic slalom skiing run.
All right, now that throws the gauntlet down upon Aaron Davies, because he's got to come in and do exactly the same thing, and it's not easy. It's not easy trying to bleed down speeds in excess of 60 miles an hour. Try and get it down to about 10 or 15 miles an hour. Work with only about this much space as I'm standing here on the stage in comparison from here to this post here. That's about 2.5 feet. But the biggest surprise for some of you may be coming up next, and I'll allude to that in just a moment. But in the meantime, let's have a look at Aaron Davies. He comes to us from Bolton in Lancashire. Bolton, in English terms, its claim to fame is that it produces the best bread in all of England. You didn't know that, did you? And I see some of you have got the thunder sticks as well. Well, you could start practicing a little bit with them as the skiers start making their way into the course. I see 1 or 2 of you have the thunder sticks. And if you haven't inflated them yet, I'll suggest you do so right about now, because coming into the course on 12 meters or 35 off, it's 40 feet of line on a course that is only 37.5 feet in width. Oh, a little bit of a bubble there on number 2, but he manages to stay upright. Here he comes. As he gets round 5 and number 6, Aaron Davies. Yes.
What a lovely run there. And boy, Aaron was using his height advantage on that one, Tony.
Now you can see the subtle difference that it takes to make it through 35 off compared to 32 off. A little bit more acceleration, a little bit more resistance against the boat, making you arrive at that buoy just a little bit earlier to bleed down the speed. But here's the little twist coming up. The next line length for both of these skiers, starting off with Stephen Nephew, that line is going to be 38 off, and 38 off against a original line length for 75 feet gives you 37 feet. But, Tony, the rope's 37 feet long. I just told you that the course width is 37.5 feet long. Does that mean the rope doesn't reach the buoy? Oh yes, that means that rope does not reach the buoy on this stage and beyond. Can you imagine having to stretch beyond the constraints of that toe line to make each turn and to make a hurting on that pass? Here comes Stephen Neveu, 38 off, 11.25 meters. Here he comes. 37 feet of line to get round a course that's only 37.5 feet wide. He gets round number 3. Now he's really going to have to power this up on number 4. He's good to go round number 5, a delay on 5, but he manages to get round 6. There you go, Aaron Davies.
Give him a big hand. All right, all right. Tony, holy moly. I got something going on here. Some people just came back from the snowball stand, and they have got some incredible looking snowballs. How is that snowball?
It's really good.
Just really good?
I mean, it's delicious. I love it. Go get one.
Well, what about this guy behind you? What do you have?
I have pina colada and margarita.
Now that sounds more like my style of snowball. Snowballs right down here behind the judges stand and the Bud Light tent. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy.
All right, so the competitor you just saw was Stephen Neveu. My mistake. We've got Aaron Davies getting ready to go into the course on 11.5 meters, 38 off, 37 feet of line in actuality. He's still good to go round each buoy, fighting off the fact that he's working against a 6-inch deficit on each turn because the rope doesn't reach out that wide. I have a couple of guests here on the stage, and I'll introduce you to them in just a moment. But here we go. This is Aaron Davies. Come on, let's get behind him, folks. He gets round number 1. He's round number 2. A delay on that turn on number 2. That could prove costly. He gets round number 3. He relaxes in. He safety checks 5. And he gets round all 6 birds. Let's give it up, please. For Aaron Davies.
What a great run. Aaron Davies, our hometown skier from right here training at Tri-Lakes, one of the good guys.
Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. Now, I've got a couple on the stage while Stephen Neveu gets ready to come back into the course at 39.5 off for the next run. Who do I have here? Martin Coleman, who comes to us from Czechia. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. You, Tony?
Yep, I'm doing pretty good. He is known in the skiing world as Dr. Deadpan. You seem to downplay a lot of things, but you're a great trick skier, something we should celebrate.
Yeah, so I'm going to be performing some toe tricks, and Joel will be doing hands.
Excellent stuff. We look forward to you seeing that. And Joel Poland, from my part of the world, from South England, and you're looking forward to this challenge, aren't you?
Yeah, I love having a little trick session, especially like before a jump set, going out for a trick and just kind of playing about. It's a bit of me right there.
All right, then. So here we go. This now is
coming back in,
39.5
Tony.
off. Look at how much he's having to stretch just to get that ski outside the buoy. That's round number 2. He's still there on number 3. Come on, let's get behind him. Let's encourage him along. Look at him go round number 5. He gets round number 6. Oh, and he absolutely destroyed the run.
Make some noise. Make some noise for Stephen. Woo!
Did you see how fast he got behind the boat? I mean, he was just hauling something back there, I tell you.
Tony, we talked about how tall Aaron is, but Stephen is a tall drink of water in his own right, and he was really extended to get around those buoys right there.
Oh yes, he really did get extended there.
We want to encourage our people along the bank here. As this rope gets shorter, competition gets tighter, these skiers can hear you out here on the water. So the more noise you make, the more they're going to give. So let's make some noise every time we've got somebody coming into the course.
Okay, it's like that proverbial high jump that you'll no doubt get to see in the Olympics when it comes to us from Paris this summer. You make it a little bit more difficult with each successive jump. And right about now, we have got Aaron Davies 39.5 off. Now, he cleared this pass in the competition last week. Here he comes with 39.5 feet off. Round number 3. Oh, he's laid off number 3. He's really going to have to hustle here off 4. Look at him go round number 5, and he's really sending it there. All right.
All right. Woo. What a great run by Aaron. We up here on the stage, there was a lot of breaths being held and some cheering this man along.
Right.
Great run.
Okay, we got both of our boats there on that corner. Now, Bill, I hope you don't consider this insulting, but you come to us from Louisiana Monroe, right? NLU back in those days. And I know your math is fairly good, okay? Standard line length is 75 feet. We're at 41 off now. 75 minus 41, what does that give us?
Hold on, let me get my calculator, Tony. It's been a while since I had to work that hard.
I'm going to beat you to the punch because I'm from Louisiana Lafayette and I know a little bit about math, all right? It's 34 feet of rope.
Oh,
So
thank you. I knew that. I just
line.
wanted to give you a chance to show off, Tony.
Well, you never know. All right there, 34 feet of rope. Now, that course width has not changed since the jump. It's 37.5 feet. That rope now is 34 feet. That means that these skiers are going to have to stretch incredibly to get just that ski outside the buoy. Never mind run the pass. Here comes Canada's Stephen Neville. Gets a good start. Look at this around number. Oh, big delay. That's going to be costly.
Oh.
He S-turns. Can he get before the next set of boat guides? Yes, he can. Let's give it up for Stephen Neville.
All right, it looks like 3, maybe 3.5 buoys. We'll know in a few minutes, but a big hand for Stephen.
Now, there's something to look out for in the rules. Stephen Neville, he got round the first. He got a delayed turn on the second. He had to make a split-second decision to decide whether he was going to make an effective play on number 3 or do the S-turn and just ski for that amount of buoys, 3 buoys. He scored the S-turn, but in order to actually get full credit for 3 buoys, he had to make sure that that ski got back behind the boat in time for the boat guides of number 4. That's exactly what happened there.
All right. Aaron knows what he's got to do.
All right. This is championship time now for Aaron Davies. If he could make a play on buoy number 4, if he could get round number 1 and number 2 and number 3 and just get a piece of number 4, then he will take the championship here at Louisiana Night Jam. Oh, look at that, round number 1. Oh, massive off number 2. He's round number 3. Does he get for the... Oh, it's a tie! It's a tie!
It's a tie.
But no tie.
No tie? Oh, first guy's the winner. We've got the judge right here under me.
Okay, so we're looking for a ruling on this one. Kerry, what do you have? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please. Stephen Neville and Aaron Davies.
Stephen is the winner.
All right, a great hand. Stephen, our winner. What about Aaron Davies, our local guy? Great slalom skiing. We got the word right here from our judge. First guy that makes it, takes it.
It's Pro Tour rules, yes. Yeah, it's Pro Tour rules. If the first skier establishes the score, and the skier has to beat it outright in order to win. If there is a tie, then the first skier gets the nod and gets the victory. So that's Stephen Neville there. Bill, go down there and have a word with Stephen Neville. He's your champion from Canada, Stephen Neville. Our runner-up from England, Aaron Davies.
Big hand for these 2 great competitors, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get them over here in just a moment and talk to them. Let's show some appreciation, show a little bit of love for the outstanding show they just put on. Stephen, have you caught your breath yet?
Oh yeah, no, that was a lot of fun out there. You guys were awesome out there. It's big crowd, so it makes it really fun to ski out there.
Could you hear these guys yelling for you?
Oh yeah, maybe a bit more for the hometown guy, but
all right.
But it's okay. No, it was a lot of fun out there.
What about the conditions, Stephen?
Oh, it's awesome out here. It's a beautiful summer evening out here, so it couldn't be better.
Good deal. Ladies and gentlemen, our slalom winner, Stephen Nephew from Canada. Give him a big hand, please. Thanks, bud. Hey, Tony, as long as I've got our second place guy right here. Aaron, what about it?
Oh, it's good fun. Always love doing head-to-heads. Being with the skier on the other end of the lake, Stephen did great. I saw him get around that 3-ball. I'm like, got to get a PB to get it. So I tried to go big at the start, but it wasn't quite enough.
Dude, you look great. What about the conditions? This is kind of your home lake.
Yeah, it's home lake. You could argue it's a different lake. You know, we always ski on Lake 2. You know, any slalomer, any skier knows different lake. You know, even on the same site, they feel different. But we got Greenie behind the wheel. It doesn't get much better.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Davies, thank you very much. Give him a big hand. And now we've got trick skiers.
Okay, so we've got our trick skiing exhibition right now. We have got Joel Poland. He's in the boat right now, but preceding him, we have got Martin Coleman. Now let me point out a couple of things with the equipment that they're using. Martin Coleman will be doing toe tricks. He will be attached to the rope using a toe strap. There is actually a person in the boat that will release the rope if the skier falls. Also, let me tell you that these skiers are not wearing any kind of life vest or protection. That is their prerogative. And there is a section within the rules that does allow them to actually compete without needing a flotation vest, and they take full advantage of that. Here we go. There comes Martin Coleman. Look at these tricks, one after the other. Staying on top of the water. There he goes. Toe out, toe straight back in. Toe wake-o. Toe wake line-o. Toe wake line back. Toe wake line-o. Good stuff. Let's give it up, please, for Martin Coleman.
What a great run by Martin there. Most people in the entire world can't do tricks like that just using their hands, much less just their feet. Great show.
Now, Martin Coleman comes to us from a place called Czechia. Used to be called Czechoslovakia back in the Cold War days, and then it became the Czech Republic when things started to get a little bit more freer. But in the last season, the country's name has changed once again. It's Czechia, and representing that country on international level is Martin Coleman, who in years past has won the World Water Ski Championship in the overall discipline. That was way back in 2019. So, Martin Coleman showing us some of the skills that allowed him to become world champion all those years ago. And now these days is actually based in Ogden in Utah these days, where he actually produces slalom skis in a factory not too far away from downtown in that city in the great state of Utah. Let's have a look and see. Oh, look at this. I don't think it's Martin. Oh, look at this, folks. This is Joel Poland throwing us some hand tricks here. There we go. Flip twist to the back. Oh, a super move. A 540-degree spin with the flip in the middle. Is he going to go over the jump? Oh!
All right.
Oh, my word. Let's give it up for Joel Poland, ladies and gentlemen.
How about it, Joel?
Here, Bill, what was that song from ages ago with Merle Haggard, you know, Flirting with Disaster, right?
He is definitely flirting with disaster.
Or was that Molly Hatchet?
Molly Hatchet, you're right. So he's up again. I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more exciting work from our man, Joel Poland.
And you know, he's taking a bit of a risk there because he's actually one of our jumpers that will be competing later on this evening. So He's out there ripping it and having fun out there, but he's got to realize that he's got a job to do a little bit later on. So he's got to keep a fairly sensible head on his shoulders. But you know what?
Come on,
this
people.
is Joel Poland.
Let's
Look
hear
at
it
him
for
go.
Joel
Here he
Poland
goes,
right
Mo
here in
back to
front
back.
of you.
Oh,
Look
at
at
that.
these flips.
Just elevation for days. Look at this. Front flips. Flip twist to the back. Flip twist to... Oh, Super Mode 5. Let's give it up, please, for Joel Poland.
You have just seen a world-class display of trick skiing right there between two of the great competitors, top competitors in the world of trick skiing. Joel's making a turn. He's coming back in. No telling what this wild man may do this time. You know what it is? There's a ramp in front of him, and Joel loves the ramp.
Oh, yeah, he loves the crowd. He loves showing off. If you take one look at it on Instagram, it's very easy to see why. He is flipping for days. How many flips have you counted so far? At least 10 at my count. Here, look at him go. At least 14 of these produced on just this one pass. Oh, and I think he just got a little bit too dizzy there. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Joel Poland.
Come on, Joel Poland, right down here in the water. Great job, Joel. Thanks so much. Hey, Tony, while we've got a break here, I want to plug a couple of our fine friends and sponsors. Among them, All Pro Tint and Graphics right here in Zachary. Window tinting, custom wraps, graphics, paint protection. Good work done right here, keeping your car cooler in the summertime.
Hey, Bill, that basket over there with that hot air balloon looks a little low to me.
Is the basket floating on the water, Tony?
Yeah, it is. If it got any lower, it would be dunking the water like a biscuit.
Ladies and gentlemen, down here to your left, our big Remax balloon. We must be having some technical difficulties. We've got the balloon almost in the water.
On there, but
it's our mad pilot, D. Johnson, trying to be a submarine instead of a hot air balloon.
All right then, folks, let's level with you. Okay, this is part of our Barefoot Water Ski Act. We got Austin Kolodajak getting ready to jump out of that balloon and do a barefoot start. But you know what, Bill? I think that basket's a little bit too low. D, raise that basket up higher.
Raise the basket. Come on, raise the basket. Raise the basket.
Basket. Raise that basket.
D. Johnson, raise that basket up.
Raise it up. Still not high enough. Still not high enough.
What's your name?
It's Tatum.
In this balloon.
He's gonna jump out of.
He's what?
He's probably gonna jump out of.
Is he crazy? So how high do you think he's gonna go?
25 feet.
25 feet. Wow, dude, that's pretty high. Let's wait and see. Where are you from, Tatum?
Oh, that's getting high. He's falling out of the basket.
All right. What? He's in the water. He fell out of the basket while I was talking to Tatum. Oh, my God, a tumble turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our barefooters, this is Austin. Woo! Up and on top of the water, Austin, who comes to us from Texas. A graduate of the Texas A&M Aggies, but we won't hold that against him.
Tony, what do you think that drop was? About 10, 15 feet?
Yeah, I'd say that was a good 15, maybe 20 feet up in the area. It certainly won't leave too much of a dent, but it will leave a dent on him. But now he's going to come back into the course. And,
as long as Austin is making the turn down on the west end of the lake, I want to thank another one of our sponsors, Bank of Zachary, your local bank right here in Zachary for all your local needs. Bank of Zachary, we thank you for being a supporter of Tri-Light and Louisiana Night Jam presented by Tides Medical.
All right, here comes Austin, and here comes Reagan. Our double barefoot act right now. Reagan on one side, Austin on the other. Double boom. Let's give it up for them, please.
Come on, people, big hand. That's some great skiing right there. On their hands, on their feet. Show their appreciation for us.
All right, so we got Austin Colodadejak. He comes to us out of Conroe in Texas. We also have Reagan Burns. He also comes to us from Texas as well. We're so glad to have their participation coming in from the Lone Star State. And here we go, the ADV. Jumping from one side of that outboard engine to the other. He's gonna have a final attempt at this one before he gets to the end. Let's give it up, please, for Reagan Burns. Now, one thing that Reagan and Austin actually share is a decent love in music, and they both love Alan Jackson. Mercury for Reagan, and Chattahoochee also for Austin. I love Chattahoochee, especially the music video. If you ever go back a few years and check out the music video from Alan Jackson and Chattahoochee, you know, you'll see a few of those stunts that were performed on that video right here in front of your eyes, especially the barefoot water skiing. Although I can't promise you, we won't promise you that he'll be barefooted in cowboy boots. That's a little bit of a stretch. Oh, what a DJ. Crank that up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our barefoot water skiers, Reagan and Austin. We'll be seeing some more antics from those skiers in a short while, but Austin is going to take one final stab at this, just waiting for the boat to get up to speed, steps out as if it were nothing, and then jumps onto the water and rides his way back towards the dock. All right, and for those of you that are wondering about barefoot water skiing, like how on earth do you get to point A to point B in terms of barefoot water skiing? Well, one of the best sources of information to find out anything about water skiing, whether it's free event water skiing, whether it's hydrofoiling, whether it's kneeboarding, or indeed barefoot water skiing, you can go to usawaterski.org and find out everything you need to know about the various sports disciplines that are available to you if you want to try and learn how to water ski, whether it be barefooting or any of the other 8 disciplines that are sponsored by USA Water Ski. Also, right here in Zachary, ladies and gentlemen, you may not be aware, but this is one of the finest training facilities on the entire planet Earth. If you ever want to learn how to water ski, if you want to improve upon your water skiing, if you want to become an aspiring world champion, this in Zachary, Louisiana, United States of America is the place to come and do it. Right here. You can find out more by going to skibennetts.com and check out the various programs that Bennett's Water Ski School has to offer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking out at the towboat. Our buoy crew are now switching out buoys. You want to know why? Well, you'll know within about the next few seconds, because each of those buoys has a flashlight located in the middle of it. As it gets darker, it becomes very difficult for our drivers to see the buoys that they use to guide the boats down the course unless they are illuminated. We're also taking out the excess buoys out, but at the same time, let's have a look at Reagan Burns, 1 foot, and going through those rollers as if they were nothing. However, very cleverly, he decides to get off his feet and get on his back, spin on his back, and then wait for the calm water to settle, and then he planted his feet, and then he continued to ski away. Good heads-up play there from Reagan Burns.
Tony, I am over here in the VIP tent with some VIPs. Let me tell you, this place is packed. We're having a good time. The libations are good. The food is incredible. Those of you that didn't get a VIP ticket, I am sorry. You're missing out. Yeah. So, right here, right in front of me, is one of our local favorites, one of our guys who has been supporting Tri-Lakes and our water ski tournaments for a long time. From Benny's Car Wash, Mr. Justin Alford. Justin?
Hey, great to be here tonight.
Hey, man, Benny's Car Wash. You're all over Baton Rouge. What, like 9 locations? And you got new locations coming too, right?
We do. We have 9 locations in the Baton Rouge area. We're fixing to build one here in Baker and Zachary, and we're looking forward to the area.
All right, Justin, thanks so much. Appreciate you guys helping us out all the time. Big hand, support, Benny's Car Wash all over the Baton Rouge area.
All right, here we go, some more. Oh, look at this! Oh, my word, using the wake. Laying out and skimming out over the outboard engine. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Austin Kolodadejak. Let's see if I can give you a little bit more information of him. So, Austin Kolodadejak. We know his favorite songs, Chattahoochee from Alan Jackson. Yeah, we've already gone through that. An engineering graduate from the Texas A&M University in College Station. Like I say, we won't hold that against him. He's got a little
Tony,
bit
while
more
we've got a little break here, I want to plug a couple more of our people that have been such great supporters of us. One of our favorites, just right down the road here, Coconut Willie's, the official daiquiri favorite from Tri-Lakes, right down here in Zachary, the best daiquiris in the South.
And I tell you what,
they support
there's
us.
nothing that our good folks here around the Zachary area love more than a good daiquiri. And I tell you what, you're here at Louisiana Night Jam, right here at Tri-Lakes, the home of Bennett's Water Ski School. We've got our concession stands, we've got beer, we've got our snowball stand, we've got lemonade stand.
water skiers all over the world wear dolphin wetsuits and protective gear. You can't do much better than Dolphin. Thanks so much, Bugsy, for being a supporter at all of our events.
All right then, Bill. Now we're coming up towards the main event for the women's jumpers, and I am about to introduce to you the 5 competitors in the women's jump final round. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you our first competitor out on the water. She comes to us out of Montreal in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dominique Grandin-Allah.
Give it up for Dodo.
So, Dodo, what did you jump to make it through to this section?
Not as well as I wanted, but 142, and I'm excited to go out tonight in the dark.
Excellent stuff. Let's give it up, please, for Dodo.
Dominique Allard from Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you next, she comes to us from Santiago de Chile. She is Valentina Gonzalez. So, Valentina, what did you jump to make it into this section?
165 feet.
165 feet. You reckon you could do better?
Oh, I hope. I'm really excited to jump in the dark. It's one of my favorite events of the year because we get to do night jumps, so I hope I can do that.
Excellent. And how important is it going to be for all of these people here to get behind you?
It's very important. The louder you guys get, the farther we're going to jump.
Excellent stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, from Santiago de Chile,
give it up,
Valentina Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you from Little Rock in Arkansas, this is Brittany Wharton. All right, Brittany, same question. What did you jump to make it here?
I jumped 172.
Jump 172. How important is it going to be for these fans here to get behind you, to encourage you to hit that ramp with full force?
Well, I want to say thank you guys for all being here. You guys are awesome. So cheer us on tonight. It is awesome to get to jump under the lights, and having the audience behind us makes it even better.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Brittany Wharton. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 down, 2 to go. Our 4th competitor out. Ladies and gentlemen, she resides in Horizon West in Central Florida. Sasha Denayashkaya. So, Sasha, what did you do to make it here? Jump distance.
I went 176.
176. You think you got a little bit more in you to go further?
Yes, I think so, but it's at night, so it's going to be exciting. Thank you guys for coming and cheering on us.
Excellent stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, from Horizon West in Central Florida. This is Sasha Denayashkaya. And now, last but by no means least, our #1 seed. She got into this section of the competition jumping 189 feet. She comes to us from Zachary, Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Hannah Strotsova. 189 feet. That was a pretty outrageous jump, but can you jump more in the dark?
It felt a day. I'll shoot for it, but we'll see what happens.
How important is it going to be for these fine folks from Zachary and the surrounding communities to get behind you and the rest of the girls? How important is it to have their encouragement?
It always helps when you know people are cheering for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Hannah Strotsova and to every single one of our women's competitors. Dodo, Valet, Brittany, Sasha, and Hannah. Ladies, the stage, as they say, is yours. Let's get ready to rock it.
All right, the sun has gone down. The air is cooling. Things just keep getting better and better, and our ladies are ready to take to the water and fly. Our people down here in front of the ramp, we're going to need to hear from you. We need you to cheer. We need you to yell. We need to help these ladies fly. Okay,
right,
there's no line over here at the Bud Light. Look at the fireworks here. Tony, as long as we've got barefooting and as long as we've got fireworks getting ready to start up for the women's jump, I am over here in the VIP tent with water ski royalty. Right here is none other than hometown favorite, former world champion, Miss Sherry Sloan. Sherry, so glad to have you back out here. Thanks for coming, and you look marvelous.
Thank you, Bill. I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a great event. We have such nice weather tonight and a great group of fans out here. So we're going to see a lot of really long distance jumping, and it's going to be amazing.
Well, Sherry, you would know long distance jumping. You were a world record holder and world champion in your own right. Well, that was only a few years ago, almost a blink of an eye, it seems. But you are certainly one of the queens of women's water ski jump.
Well, thank you. I worked a long time with Jay and Ann Bennett and the staff at Bennett's Water Ski School and all my friends at NLU in Monroe, Louisiana. And, you know, I couldn't do anything but succeed with all the support that I had.
Wow, thanks so much, Sherry. You know, we love you and glad that you're still around here and supporting Zachary, Tri-Lakes, and water skiing as it is. It really would not have been quite as much as it is today without great people like you. Sherry Sloan, everybody, former world champion from right here in Zachary. Give it up.
Did you come up here a few seconds ago? And I mean, I'm looking for a flashlight gun. No, I did not come up here a second ago. No, I don't. I need my flashlight gun. It just disappeared off the stage. What's his name? Who? God. The old guy. What? You mean Bill? The dude who told us to stop playing. Oh, you mean Jay?
I did clean that up. Oh, good. But it was still a little too much. Okay, all right. She was just making a joke about your mother.
Jay. I know, but I mean, I need that for the jump distances. Yeah, I'll point out and yeah,
Tony, as long as we've got a little break, I'm going to plug a few more of our supporters for helping us out. DC Motorsports over in Houston, Donnie Covington. He is one of our he's the hot seat sponsor tonight, Tony. We'll get to that in a few minutes when we have our competitors start. Jeff Buchanan from McGriff.com. Personalized insurance policies. I am lucky enough to be the only person in line right here at the Meckler Beverage Tent.
Welcome to
That's our
Southwest
fine
Louisiana
friends
because
that's sponsoring
we
the
love
Bud Light.
local ingredients, fresh seafood from the Gulf, fresh everything. We have Cajun, Creole, we have a slight Southeast Texas influence, and all that come together, and that's why you should come. Making our guests happy, giving people one-of-a-kind experiences. That's how I feed my soul.
Please support our Louisiana restaurants. Together, you ensure we remain Louisiana strong.
The boat, Courtney, she was our rope wrangler. We couldn't have done it without him.
Excellent stuff. Let's give it up for our entirety of our Barefoot display cohorts.
All right, our extreme skiing and barefooters are all sponsored by Walk-On's Restaurant, just right down the road here. Support Walk-Ons who've been supporting us and backing our extreme barefoot skiers. Chase on the soundboard. A little more volume on 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready to go with our first women's jumper, Dominique Grandin-Allard. For those of you that are tuning in on our live webcast, you are most certainly welcome here at Tri-Lakes in Zachary, Louisiana, the home of Bennett's Water Ski School and the home of the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam, presented to you by Tides Medical. 5-jumper final, and Dodo will take to the water first.
Until our camera crew starts loving it, you know, I'm not successful. That's funny. The boat is making their preliminary runs up and down the course just to make sure everything is correct. Our skiers are already on the dock. They are ready to go. Tony, what kind of boat speed are we going to be looking at?
Well, these jump competitors, even though the boat speed is going to be about 33 miles an hour, which is the equivalent of 54 kilometers an hour, these young ladies will be traveling towards that ramp in excess of that speed. Some say in excess of 50 mile an hour, upwards of 60, maybe 65 miles an hour when they take that whiplash effect turn and hurl themselves towards the jump.
And the ramp, Tony, that's a pretty looking piece of wood floating out there in the water. We've got side curtains with the Tides Medical logo on it because they are our title sponsor here. And I will be getting up and talking to the president of Tides Medical in just a bit. But Tony, what are we looking at height-wise?
Well, the lighting is looking fairly good. We've got a spot lamp which is located on the opposite side of the judging tower. It's putting a direct beam of light which gives our competitors the best conditions possible. And ladies and gentlemen, our first competitor out for the first of our 3 jumps is Dominique Grandin-Allard from Montreal in Canada.
Off your seats, onto your feet. We've got a skier on the water, and she is a good one. This young lady is a lot of fun. She's making her turn down at the end of the lake. She's going to be coming in. More fireworks in the sky. You're going to see some fireworks right off of here off the ramp. Get ready. Here we go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring her in on jump number 1. Jumping behind that boat that has a 6.2-liter engine. We need that amount of power to allow these competitors to hurl themselves into the jump. Let's make some noise! Taking a pass on jump number 1. That's very, very important to point out, because if the skiers do not feel 100% committed to taking that jump, whether they don't feel comfortable, whether they feel that they've had rollers going into the jump or anything else, if they are less than 100% committed to taking the jump, they can let go of the handle and ski round the left-hand side of the jump. That is the only way you can take a pass on a jump. If you elect to take a pass on the opposite side of the jump, that is grounds for immediate disqualification, because that is not a safe way of passing. She has 2 attempts remaining. Let's give it up, please. Let's get behind her, Dominique Grandin-Allard.
All right, Dominique jumped 142 to qualify today, but that was kind of a letdown for her. She jumped up in the 160s when she was in the university up at Monroe, Louisiana. She has the capability of unleashing a beast. So we're going to hold our breath. We're going to cheer her on, are we not?
Yep, we're going to cheer her on. No 2 ways about that as the boat makes its turn round the bottom end of the course. That boat is being steered in a very, very specific pass to allow for the skiers not any rollers or inclement water conditions on their way to attempting a jump. Let's make some noise! Second jump of 3. She's taking it. Oh,
all right.
Oh, coming in with a whole bunch of speed there, Bill.
Yes, Tony, she carried a lot of speed in. I don't think she got the lift that she was hoping to, but, you know, that's that first jump under her belt. I think we're going to see.
Bill, would you like the distance?
I'm ready for you, Tony. We've got a row of people down the levee.
136 feet, 136.
Wow, I know that she's a little bit disappointed in that. We know that she can go about 30 feet farther. So, people, we're going to need some help. Dominique, Dodo Allard is going to need your help to fly.
Well, Dominique Grandin-Allard actually qualified for this section of the competition, having jumped about 144 feet, around about that distance. So she's about 8 feet back from the jump that she used to qualify. Now, this is what it's going to take for her to get in excess of that distance. She's going to have to go a little bit later. And she's going to need a little bit more encouragement by you good folks along the shore side. So from the VIP stands all the way across the lake, ladies and gentlemen, Dominique Grandin-Allard, one final jump. Let's give it up for her. Oh, and not feeling 100% on that jump either. But she does have a jump distance of 136 feet. That will be her registered distance. Let's give it up, please, from Montreal, Canada, Dominique Grandin-Allard.
All right, she's coming ashore right down here under the windsock. You people, you're getting a good look at one of the great athletes, women jumpers. Give her a hand down there. You find people under the windsock, let her know we appreciate her first jump.
All right, as she gets ready to make her way to the stage here, the hot seat, as it were. Just a reminder to you good folks out there, if you have a smartphone and you have web capabilities, you can go to lanightjam.com. You can see the full live webcast as it plays out live. And if you want to see a replay of each specific jump, all you have to do is to scroll back on the YouTube player just a smidge, and you'll get to see each one of our competitors' jumps again. So, lanightjam.com, and you will see the YouTube player with the live webcast on full screen. Ladies and gentlemen, on the water, our next competitor, this.
All right, Valentina is on the water.
Yeah,
Only our
Valentina
second
Gonzalez.
competitor. She jumped 165 feet today. She can put them out there.
All right, so 136 feet sets the lead score right now for Dominique Grandin-Allard. For those of you who like to use the metric system, that is 41.6 meters. All right then, folks. Coming to us from the South American nation of Chile, and specifically its capital city of Santiago. This is Valentina Gonzalez. And I think we might just have a new leader there, Bill.
Tony, our people are loving it down there. They were oohing, they were on, they were helping her stay up in the air, and that was a good-looking jump. Great jump from over here. Under the lights, she made her cut.
And she wants some more encouragement. Let's give it to her. Valentina Gonzalez.
That was a pretty jump, a nice late cut, Tony.
Yes, a good-looking jump there. Now, what's the distance? 155, 155 feet on the opener.
All right, that's a nice way to start.
So she has taken the lead. Now, Valentina Gonzalez, for a good portion of last season, was unable to jump due to injury, so she lost out on a lot of opportunities to really set herself apart from a lot of her competitors. But she's gone through the rehab regimen. She's rehabbed her knee, and everything looks pretty good so far with 155 feet to open up her account. Let's make some noise, folks. This is Valentina Gonzalez. Jump number 2.
Oh, yes!
Man alive! That is going to be around about the same distance, maybe a smidge further.
Tony, she had a strong, strong cut into the ramp. She looked good on the ramp. I just think she lost a little bit. Didn't get her legs fully extended there, getting that lift that she wanted, that she needed to go with the speed. But
Would
it was
you like
a pretty
the
jump.
distance? She lost out 4 feet on the second jump. It's 151 feet. But she has a further jump of 155 feet, so that one carries right now.
Well, Tony, I don't think our fans gave her quite as much vocal encouragement that time.
Yeah, I definitely think she needs some encouragement. And whilst she garners your support, Dominique Grandin-Alla, you're sitting in the hot seat for not for too much longer, unfortunately. What was the experience like out there for you?
I mean, it was awesome to be back, and my first time skiing at night. I didn't do my best, but I came to support the event, took a week off of work, crammed as much skiing, and went out to have a good time.
Excellent stuff. Let's give it up, please, for
Dominique!
Dodo. Dominique
Our
Grandin-Alla.
Dodo.
Let's get behind Valentina Gonzalez, third and last jump.
Make some noise.
Oh my word.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
What a nice jump from here, Tony. She pressed out forward over those skis.
What is that jump distance? I am going to... Ladies and gentlemen, she has the lead, and she now extends it to 157. ...157 feet. We're going to hear from Valentina Gonzalez as she makes her way up to this beautiful green lazy boy chair.
There she is, right here in the front, bringing her
Yeah.
skis in. Give her a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Our leader, Valentina Gonzalez.
And I certainly have to thank all of those kids along the shoreline with those thunder sticks, making themselves heard, making their encouragement felt for each of our competitors. Our third competitor out from Little Rock, Arkansas, Brittany Greenwood. Wharton. Well, Brittany Wharton, formerly Brittany Greenwood, the current South Central Regional water ski jump record holder, has gotten that distance, and that's into the 170 feet, and she would love to be able to produce a distance like that in this situation. But much like Valentina Gonzalez, though, she is recovering from an injury. She qualified for the Masters jump event two weeks ago and jumped 166 feet to make it into the final. Didn't end up jumping nearly as far in the final itself. But I tell you what, this girl is on the comeback trail and looking for a big, big jump out there, Bill.
Yes, indeed, Tony. She can fly. She comes from a pedigree family, the Greenwoods of Little Rock. Look at her pulling out wide on the boat. Let's watch it.
Let's make some
noise.
noise.
Make some noise. Brittany!
Wow.
Yes, Tony.
That is a huge jump there, a huge opening salvo there from Brittany Wharton. Still have to get used to that. All right, so Valentina Gonzalez currently holds the lead on 157. Does that
She
make a
wants some
dent against that
noise. Look
jump?
at her. She wants some noise. Give it up, people. That is
Ladies
Brittany
and gentlemen,
Greenwood
do you
Wharton.
want the distance? Do you want to hear the distance? Feast your eyes on that.
165. Hey, Tony, that's quite an opening jump.
So, 165. Come on up here.
165 feet, Tony.
Yep. 165 feet. Valentina Gonzalez will get to sit in the chair, albeit briefly. But not until we see Brittany Wharton come into the course for a second jump. Make some noise! Oh, that's further! competitor in the women's jump competition, the current world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, from Zachary, Louisiana, this is Hannah Straltsova. Ladies and gentlemen, she qualified into this section of the competition with a 189-foot jump. You heard me right. 189 feet of distance that she used to make it on to this stage, this competition, this final of the women's jump competition in the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam presented by When I revealed that distance during a live radio broadcast on Sports Shorts with Ronnie Rance on 105 ESPN Baton Rouge, the guys there were just absolutely dumbfounded and couldn't believe that distance was possible by a female jumper. 189 feet. Her personal best is 192. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Hannah Straltsova! And I think that's your winner on one jump. She has 2 jumps remaining. It's entirely her option if she wants to take them or not. I believe that jump is going to be in excess of 171 feet. She'd like to know the distance. She knew exactly what she needed to do to win. And it's 1 foot further. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 Louisiana Night Jam Women's Jump Champion, presented by Tides Medical. It is Hannah Straltsova on 172. But, for the benefit of you crowd of people here who have come from far and wide, who have come from EBR, who have come from Eastville, who have come from Westville, who have come from Ascension, who have come from Point Capee, who have come from Livingston Parish, who have come from other surrounding parishes. Ladies and gentlemen, she is out there for your entertainment, and let's see if she is good to go.
All right, Tony. We're back on the PA system again. Our apologies for all you fans that missed out down here on the East End. But our skier is world record holder right now, Hannah Straltsova from right here in Tri-Lakes, coming in for her second. Make some noise!
Oh, she gave herself a little bit more room, but it came at a cost. Slipped out towards the back there now. Here's the deal. She has 1 more jump to come. She knows that that jump distance isn't going to even begin to touch what she did on jump number 1. But you know what? She's still jumping. She's already won. She's doing this for your entertainment. Give it up for her, please. Hannah Straltsova.
Hannah wants a long jump here. She is the world champion right now. She wants that world record mark.
Oh, yes, and by the way, that slip up on jump number 2 cost her 30 feet.
Wow. Wow. Amazing how just a little minor error can compound things and subtract such a distance.
Yes, indeed. So Hannah Straltsova getting ready for jump number 3. She's already jumped close to 190 feet earlier on today in the qualification rounds. We will see if she can get close to that with the 1 remaining jump that she has at her disposal. Here she comes. She's already the winner. She is looking for more distance. Here she comes. Let's make some noise 1 more time for Hannah Straltsova!
Oh, yes!
Yes!
That's a long jump. Woo!
Yet she rides out that jump. Looked a little bit sketchy with the ride out, but she will be coming up onto the stage in just a moment to celebrate her win. She is your women's jump champion, Hannah Straltsova!
Let's give her a big look. She's a happy little camper. That's your winner tonight. Come on, people. Let her know we like what she did.
Just waiting on that distance to come through. 140 on the second. 172 on the first, which is enough to give her the victory. Let's shine a light on a distance of 177 feet. That extends her lead by another 5 feet. Hannah Stroltsover, your winner on 177.
All right. What a great show from the women, huh? Come on, everybody, let's give them a big hand. All of our lady competitors, incredible show here tonight. One of the best world sites to ski at. And here we are with great, great skiers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, do not go away because we have got the men's jumping competition to take to the water in just a few minutes. Hannah Stroltsover has already won the women's jump event. Now we are looking to find out who is going to be the victor in the men's jump event. It's taken distances well in excess of 200 feet just to make it onto the list of competitors in qualification, and it took even more to bring our finalists through onto this stage, onto this competition. So, we're taking one boat out of the occasion. We are now replacing it with another. This boat is an absolute beast. It's 450.
Lining up there, I'm down here by the starting dock with one of the champions of professional water skiing, our good friend, Mr. Steve Garcia from Orlando, Florida. Steve, you've got a vested interest here, and your family is a water skiing family for sure, and you have the King of Darkness tournament coming up down in Orlando soon. Tell us about that.
October 26th, we have a night jump like this. My son came here 13 years ago when the Bennetts invited him, and so we've stolen this incredible format and borrowed it actually, and we're going to have a night jump. It'll be the last event of the year. It'll be only the top 6 jumpers in the world, slalom skiers in the world, but really it takes what Jay and Ann have done here and kind of try to grow on it a little bit, because this is the home of night jump.
Steve Garcia, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great supporters of water skiing. We appreciate him so much. A big hand for him. Tony.
Yes, here we are, folks, here at Tri-Lakes, the home of Bennett's Water Ski School, the worldwide home of night jump. Here we are at the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam, presented by Tides Medical. And I am proud and have the privilege to introduce to you our jumpers. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us from Italia, Edoardo Marenzi. So Edoardo Marenzi, you're a member of Louisiana's Raging Cajuns, a former member of Louisiana's Raging Cajuns. What jump did you need in terms of distance to make it here?
To make it here, more than 198, I believe, and I jumped 206.
206, that sounds like a pretty big distance. Is it big enough to defeat the boys behind you?
I don't think so. I think I got to pop a little bigger than that, but that's the plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, he comes to us from Italy. This is Edoardo Marenzi. Ladies and gentlemen, presented to you our next jumper. He comes to us from a large nation in Eastern Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Igor Morozov. Let's give it up for Igor, folks. So Igor, You jumped in the qualification rounds. What kind of distance did you produce?
I jumped 214.
213 feet. Is that going to be enough to take on these guys behind you?
No, I don't think so. I'll have to jump farther.
All right, then, and we certainly look forward to seeing you try. Igor Morozov, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, our next competitor to take to the stage in the men's jump final. Ladies and gentlemen, who is it behind this curtain? It is Luca Rockenwald of Austria. Luca Rockenwald, you strutted in so confidently here. What kind of distance did you need to make it here?
Well, I needed a 224 to get in the final. I'm in the 4th spot right now and trying to put some pressure on the big boys.
What do you reckon you could do at night? Because you were actually one of the very few people in the practice the night before to actually take your jumps.
Felt pretty good yesterday, took it easy, just felt it out. It's my first night jump and had a bit left today in the morning, so I'll try to get another 3-4 feet maybe, and we'll see.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, from Austria, Luca Rockenwald.
Another one of those raging Cajuns.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll reveal to you our next competitor to make his appearance. He comes to us from Horizon West in Central Florida. This is Taylor Garcia. So Taylor, you've had a pretty decent jump in the previous round. What was it?
225 feet.
You hear that, folks? 225 feet. You were on fire last night. I tell you, or earlier on today. Do you reckon that's going to be the kind of jump that gives you victory here?
I think we're going to need more, but I think it's going to be a fun night. Everyone's going to go big, and I look forward to it.
Excellent stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us out of Central Florida, this is Taylor Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to our final 2 competitors in the men's jump. This young competitor is a world champion in the overall discipline. He is the current Masters men's jump champion. He comes to us from London, England. He is Joel Poland. Well, I'll tell you what, top banana, mate. You've made it to the stage of the event, Masters champion already. You're looking to make this championship special here, right?
Yeah, top banana, mate. Hoping to put on a big jump, get the crowd going a little bit, and give everyone the show they deserve.
Excellent stuff. And what jump did you use to get to this section?
So I had a 229 earlier today. Missed a little bit out of the ramp, so there's definitely more there, and I think I'm probably going to need it with, you know, the roster of guys out there. They're going to be going hard, so I'm going to have to go a little harder.
Excellent stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, our penultimate skier is going to be Joel Poland from Great Britain. All right, and that brings to you our final competitor that will be taken to the water this evening. He is a graduate from LSU. He is multiple-time world champion. He is multiple-time Masters champion. He is multiple-time world record holder. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for none other than Freddy the Nightmare Krueger. So, Freddy Krueger, you jumped 235 feet to make it here. You've got a score to settle with Joel Poland, who took away your opportunity to gain the Masters title for an 11th occasion. What do you have in store for him?
Well, I don't think I can blame Joel for my performance at the Masters. I didn't even make it to the final. So I think the cool thing is we got a young group of guys. They're hungry. You know, they kind of stick together. And I'm kind of the old guy looking in here on this deal. So I was really excited about the way it felt today. I'm looking forward to getting out there and trying to put out a big one.
You are the unofficial world jump record holder at night with 240 feet. You set that distance here several years ago. Do you have it within you to jump that kind of distance right here in front of this crowd?
I think, yeah, I still have 240s left in me. Being the last guy off the dock, the question's going to be what's needed. But there's, one thing I've learned in my career is trying to go out there and jump a specific distance doesn't work. You got to go out there, be aggressive, hit your inputs. If everything lines up and you bang off a 240, awesome. If you don't get it all perfect, maybe you get a 235 and still walk away with a win.
Excellent stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Freddie the Nightmare Kruger. And let's cheer on every single one of our jumpers, starting with Italy's Edoardo Marenzi. Bill, where are you, sir?
Tony, I am making my way back over here. We've got fireworks to our left, and the fireworks are about to begin right here on Lake One at the Tides Medical Jump Ramp. What are your predictions, Tony?
Don't ask me for predictions because I have no clue, because each of these competitors are just as capable of out-jumping each other at any given time. It just takes one jump. I mean, each of these competitors have 3 jumps. They have 3 opportunities to hit that jump. If they decide that, it's worth it, it's worth the risk to go later, if they believe that the victory can only be obtained by taking the maximum of risk, and they are fine with that, then it could come down to just one glorious jump that could turn the tide, as it were.
Tony, I want to give a couple more quick plugs while the boat is making their turn. Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dr. Rob Lays over here in the VIP. We've got our first skier on the water, or is that just the boat? That's the boat making the time check. But Baton Rouge Orthopedics, we thank you guys so much for being supportive, helping us out when our athletes are in need of treatment. Tony, I'm looking down the bank right now while you're taking a break. I've got an awful lot of people I see sitting in their chairs.
And athletes will be jumping on skis that are close to 87 inches or 88 inches long. They can actually customize their jump skis to a specific length based upon their skill level and weight. Those jump bindings are made out of hardened rubber, are so tight that when a foot gets placed in that binding, you're basically starting a stopwatch, because each of the feet that are in those bindings have about 6 or 7 minutes before those feet get numb in those bindings. Those bindings have to be super tight, because the last thing you need to be doubting whenever you make a turn towards the jump are whether those bindings are tight enough to hold your feet into those jump skis. Here we go. This is Edoardo Marenzi. Oh, a good-looking jump there.
Wow. A good-looking jump for the first jump, Tony. Coming in here cold like that and uncorking one.
Yep, launching off a pretty decent opening jump there. That's Edoardo Marenzi, one of Italy's top water ski jumpers. We'll get the distance very, very soon for Edoardo Marenzi. distance coming through. It should be about 174. Yep, indeed, indeed, it is. It's 53.1, 174 feet. That's nowhere near the distance that he used to actually make it to the section of the competition where he used the 206-foot jump. Maybe he saw something there that he didn't like, but took the jump anyway to at least put a score on the board. He has 3 jumps, and the best jump distance is the score that the skiers carry towards the results. And naturally, as you saw very painfully with the women's jump competition, whoever has the best jump has the victory. Here we go.
All right, Tony's making his turn at the end of the lake, and while he makes that turn, we want to thank Quality Lube here in Zachary, our dock sponsor right now. The best auto maintenance and oil change in Zachary. That is Quality Lube. Support those who support us.
Here we go, Eduardo Morenzi. Second jump. And still not feeling it out there, not too comfortable with the lift on that jump. I think it's going to be further, though. I do suspect it will be further, but not the kind of range that he needs in order to put some heat on the next set of jumpers to come. However, having said all of that, he jumped with a 174 on the opener, and he backs it up with a 183. So he has the lead as the first skier off the dock with a 183, but he's got to go further.
All right, that was a nice jump. And speaking of nice, South Plains Restaurants right here in Zachary. New, super good, a lot of fun, great food, music on the weekends in the outdoor pavilions. We want to especially thank Joel and Lisa Frost of South Plains for supporting all of our events and being the host of our VIP tents over here tonight. Thanks again, South Plains. Tony, they're making the turn.
Yes, indeed. I saw some of the signals offered to him by his coaches, and I'm shining a light over there next to the coaches who are encouraging him to be a little bit later down the course. He needs to delay that cut for as long as possible to retain more speed off the turn, because as any budding physician knows, speed and height equals distance. Let's see if we can do that very thing.
Nice float.
He certainly gets the speed part, the height part, not so much. So he has 183 feet on the books on the strength of his second jump. His third and last jump, the distance will be coming through not quite as far. 178, 178 feet. So his best jump is 183. He is your leader, but I don't suspect for very much longer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Eduardo Morenzi.
Come on, here he is. A great jump to open the show up with. Hey, we'd like to also thank our DJ over there, and Visit Baton Rouge is our DJ sponsor, keeping us rocking and rolling through the entire show and spreading the sounds that we like.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next competitor to take to the water comes to us out of Eastern Europe. He's one of the world's most prolific water ski jumpers, and he's been doing this for well in excess of 30 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the skier about to take to the water. Just waiting on that line to tighten up, and he will be on top of the water before you know it. This is Igor Morozov. Now, Igor Morozov needed the distance into about the 215-foot range to get into this section of the competition. He needs a distance in excess of 183 to take the lead here and now, but he needs something further than that still, because he knows the quality of skiers to come. They're all capable of flying in excess of what Igor would throw out there. So he's got to try and use this opportunity to get as far as he can to fend off any challenge that that may come his way by way of that distance.
Igor Cannon cork one here. Let's get ready. He's making his counter cut and coming in to the course now.
All right there, here we go. Let's make some noise, folks. This is Igor Morozov, jump number 1. Oh, kind of jammed that jump there a little bit. Just offered a resistive hit against that jump. Not getting crushed, but not getting much height either.
Looked like he was carrying quite a bit of speed in there, Tony.
Yeah, he was hauling something, I tell you that much.
Hey, Tony, right here under the lamps across the lake, there are some red, some yellow, and some green squares. What is that?
Okay.
We'll get that answer in just a minute from Tony when the fans leave him alone.
All right, then. We got a distance for Igor Morozov on jump number 1. 167, 167 feet on jump number 1. That puts him in second place right now, and he has 2 jumps remaining.
All right, Tony, I was asking you about the numbered blocks over here across the lake. What is that, 1
that's our
through 10?
dangerometer. That is our unofficial dangerometer. That is for the benefit of you spectators here to try and gauge how much later each jumper is going to turn in respect to the jump. Obviously, the later you leave that cut, the more speed you bring in. However, that does ramp up the danger a little bit, because if you come into the jump too late, then it could be career-ending. Here we go. This is Igor Morozov, jump number 2. And still not able to connect with the jump effectively. It is further, but not quite as far as Eduardo Morenzi's 183, I don't think.
Well, Tony, it looked like that he did turn a little bit later on our number board across the lake there. Carried a lot
and he
of
brought
speed
in much
into
speed, but he didn't give himself enough room to kick it, though. And I'll tell you what, it affects his distance because it's only 155 feet on jump number 2.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come on. Here he is in our 3rd jump. Give it up for Igor. Let him know you want him to go far.
He certainly needs all of the encouragement, because this man here has gone in excess of 225 feet in past years. He is certainly capable of just taking that one single jump, that one jump in the lifetime, and just connect with it and for it to be glorious. Let's see if he can do that now. Let's see if he can take the encouragement of you fans along the shoreline. He's in a bit of trouble right now. He's jumped a little over 160 feet on jump number 1. A little over 155. He's not in the best place right now, but he could well change that on a dime with one last jump. Let's give it up, please. Igor Morozov. That
yes,
is
Tony.
more like it.
Nice jump.
That is the one jump. That is the one jump.
I think that's the one we were looking for, Tony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the result of that jump is our first jump of this evening over 200 feet. It's 202.
Give it up for Igor right here, 202 feet.
Certainly not the best that he's ever jumped, but certainly enough to take the lead right here and now. Igor Morozov, well done to him, 202 feet. But is that going to be enough to fend off the remaining competitors? We will find out and see.
That was a great jump indeed, Tony. Hey, One of the things I would like to mention real quick is the zero-off speed controls that are used in these boats. Zero-off is the only speed controls that we are using for the jump competition that guarantee the perfect speed for these skiers, the power delivery into the ramp that they need and want. Zero-off, and our representative is none other than our zero-off specialist, Freddie Kruger, who we're going to see in just a few minutes. Thank you, Zero-Off.
All right, then. I'm glad that you mentioned Zero-Off, but that goes into the next technical portion of of items that I will try and explain a little bit more of in terms of water ski jumping as we see Luca Rockenwald of Austria take to the water. What is Zero-Off? Well, basically, it is a speed control system which is installed in the boat, and what it basically does is using very, very advanced computer algorithms, it allows that boat to maintain a constant speed throughout the jump course. Now, at this advanced level, the boat will come in a little slower than 35 miles an hour, but when it throws the jump switch open, then it accelerates and goes in excess of 37 miles an hour as he lands and takes jump number 1.
Luca wanted some of that one, and
I think he's taken the lead. I think he's honestly taken the lead here.
Tony, I was watching the board where he made his cut, and it was definitely a little later than everybody else so far. A strong cut all the way into the ramp. Good speed, a good kick, and what a beautiful float. Oh, my.
210 feet on jump number 1, and he's looking for more. 210.
210. Come on. That's the best
So
you
he
got.
is your leader.
Let's hear it.
With 3 jumpers to come. But he knows those 3 jumpers can jump well in excess of that distance. So he is not ultimately satisfied with what he has produced out there right now. 210 is good. 210 is great. But it's not the best that he could produce at this moment. Let's see if he can conjure up a distance well in excess of that distance to really put the heat on the remaining 3 competitors who are on deck right now getting ready to take to the water.
Right in front of me comes Igor, who did a great job. And we've got Luca on the water making his second attempt, Tony.
Here comes Luca. Whoa, and gets a bit of height and takes in quite a bit of heat there, and really connected on that one.
Wow. That was a good-looking jump, T. While we've got this minute and waiting on the distance, we want to thank the Zachary Spine and Sports Rehab right here in Zachary for keeping us on the water. These guys do an amazing job. If you need
well, ladies and gentlemen, we have an increase in distance. 213 feet, 213.
I think he wants to hear a little bit more out of our crowd, Tony. Let's hear it this time. When he makes that cut and begins his kick off that ramp, let him know we're watching.
All right. So 213 feet. 213 for Luca Rockenwald. I suspect he's got plenty more left in him. Let's see if he will empty the tank here on his 3rd and last jump. That boat is set up now for the jump course. When Luca edges out wide to the right, that boat speed will drop to somewhere around 33, 34 miles an hour. When it opens up the jump switch, that boat speed will accelerate very rapidly and ultimately leave the course at something like 37 miles an hour to give an average of 35 miles an hour. Here he comes, jump number 3. Yes.
Oh.
Drops the Austrian hammer down.
That one looked good, Tony. That one looked good.
All of his jumps look good.
He did. I think that one may be a touch more than 213 from my angle here up on the podium.
So Luca Rockenwald coming into shore. Let's give him a big cheer, folks. From Austria, Rockenwald.
How about it down there? This is your leader right now.
And guess
Tony,
what? He's improved upon that lead with his third jump. 217 feet.
All right, Luca. 217. Great jump.
Wow, some great jumping there from Luca Rockenwald, who made the last-minute decision to be a participant in this event about a week or so ago. So he's put himself in a position where he could ascend the podium. He won't know that until we see the extent of the jumps from Joel Poland, from Freddie Krueger, and indeed our next competitor to take to the water. He comes to us out of Horizon West in Central Florida. He is in school to become a lawyer. But for now, let's give it up, please, for Taylor Garcia.
All right, Taylor can be a long jumper. We've got Luca down here coming in. He's talking to his friends. As he walks by, fans, just let him know that we appreciate what a great jump that was. Luca, give him a hand right here in front of us. Get on up there to the hot seat, bud.
All right. We're down to 3 jumpers, a total of 9 jumps. But if there is a tie for the lead between 2 competitors, by the time those 9 jumps have been expended, then we could go into a jump-off. That very instance presented itself last season when we had a multiple weight tie for second place between 4 competitors. And if that tie had been for first, it would have been jumped off. Here we go, Taylor Garcia, jump number 1.
Oh my.
Oh my word, he has sent a bomb out there on jump number 1.
All right, people, that was a long jump. Come on. You can't be asleep yet. There's too much action in front of us.
Oh, man alive. That was a great-looking jump there. We're going to get the distance. It's not quite the lead, but it is the furthest first attempt. 214 feet on jump number 1. 214 feet on jump number 1, and he's still got a lot of room to go with. He's jumped over 220 feet in the elimination round, and looking for something that will really, really put the heat on the likes of Joel Poland and Freddie Krueger, who are the next jumpers.
Well, look right there in the hot seat now. There's our man, our leader, Luca.
All right, Luca Rockenwald from Austria. Well done, 217 feet. You're pleased with that?
I'm pleased with that for my first night jump. I had a bit left on the last one. I slipped on the ramp, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Excellent stuff, and we'll see if that jump stays intact as the lead distance. You'll find out within about the next 2 jumps whether that's enough to put you on the podium or not there, Luca. Come on, folks, let's get behind Taylor Garcia. Let's make some noise!
Look at this cut! Oh, my! Look at the speed!
Ooh. Okay, that's a decent-looking jump, but did you see how he came off the top edge of the jump? He came off nearer towards the left-hand side of the jump than towards the center. That indicates that he was early. So he needs to bring the cut down a little bit later, or make an adjustment with the boat path that will bring him a little closer towards the center as he comes off the top edge of the ramp. But I would go more with the former rather than with the latter. in this instance. 198 feet on jump number 2. He's got one more salvo, one more arrow in his quiver.
Last year, Taylor was jumping 220 here at that night. They had a big tie of about 4 skiers that really had things on edge down to the very last minute. We know that Taylor can go far. He can fly. We're hoping that this turn, coming back into the course, he's going to put it all together and give us what he's got.
Okay, quick shout out for Tiara Chambers. Tiara Chambers, if I've called your name, make your way to the Bud Light stage. All right. Taylor Garcia, one last jump. Former world champion at U21 and U17 level. Here he comes, jump number 3. And I think Luca Ruckenwald might just have propelled himself onto the podium. So we're waiting on the distance. And unfortunately for Taylor Garcia, it's 206 feet, which means that this man right here is still in the lead, and with 2 competitors to go, is guaranteed a top 3 position. Luca Ruckenwald with 217. But let's give it up, please, for Taylor Garcia.
All right, Luca sitting good.
All right. The big guns are getting ready to fire off their distances with the remaining 6 jumps between the 2 of them. Luca Ruckenwald, you're on 217. Your first ever night jump. Is that enough?
No, I don't think so. Joel looked so easy today and jumped 229. Freddie put it at 235. Like, those guys, they definitely got to beat the 220 mark, I think.
Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. So we wait on the distances for our remaining 2 jumpers.
Tony, I'd like to give a shout out to Ochsner's Medical and Dr. Robert Hart. I met him over in the VIP area just a bit ago. You couldn't get much of a nicer doctor anywhere. Dr. Hart is the chief physician and the president of Ochsner's Clinic. We thank you guys for being such a huge supporter. Dr. Hart and Ochsner's, thank you so much.
Let's make some noise. He comes to us from London, England. This is Joel Poland.
If you're sitting down for this guy, I don't know why. You better get up. You better look. Things are going to get real hot.
All right. Feel the temperature rise in here because Joel Poland, he is the current and 2-time Masters men's jump champion. He is the current Masters men's jump champion. He is certainly one of the finest water ski talents to come in about 1 or 2 generations. He's not only an exceptional jumper, but he is a well and above average tricker. And last season, he got into some rare air with the slalom event, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in just a moment. In the meantime, let's give it up for him, Joel Poland. Oh, that was long.
Tony.
That was long. That was huge.
Wow. Is everybody just spellbound here? You got your breath taken away from you? That was a huge jump.
It's huge, but it ain't huge enough. 214 feet, he's still got some work to go.
What a teaser for his opening jump. Joel Poland right here in front of us. Give it up, people. Give it up for Joel Poland.
All right. Joel Poland. I still got Luca Ruckenwald here, who's just seen his chances of getting up a little bit higher on the podium increased by about 33%.
Yeah, but that was a warm-up jump for Joel. He's trying it out, and he's going to bring it down and carry more speed, so we'll see.
All right, then. So we're keeping an eye on the situation so far as the podium positions are concerned. We know that Luca Rockenwald is going to be on the podium. No denying that. That cannot be taken away from him. It's basically playing with house money right now in respect to that. However, someone who needs to gamble seriously and gamble hard with the potential risks involved is Joel Poland with the remaining 2 jumps. Let's see how much he raises on this one. Jump number 2, let's give it up for him. That's it. That's got to be longer.
Wow.
Man, that has got to be longer. The height was enough to suggest that there, Bill.
It looked good from here, Tony. How about you people down here under the windsock? How did it look? Everybody
jump distance. Oh, look at this, folks. 228.
Whoa.
228 feet. It's taken the lead. Luca, I'm sorry, mate.
Let him know.
Your time is done.
228, people.
That's fine. I'm on the podium. I know those 2 are the better jumpers right now. They have a lot more practice in their legs this year than I do, so I'm happy right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please. Podium finisher, Luca Rockenwald of Austria.
Great job, Luca. Thank you so much, man. Good show. Tony, again, I want to thank Tides Medical for being our title sponsor here again tonight. Mr. Joe Spell of Tides, the president. You've been here with us for the last couple of years and really have supported us. We thank you so much, Tides Medical, for being here.
All right then, folks. One last jump. He knows that 228 is enough for the lead. That puts him on the podium and guarantees him at least a second place finish. Now, does he go all in with this last hand? Here he comes, Joel Poland. Oh, man, that is so close. That is so close to 230 feet. It could end up being over 230 feet.
He was knocking on the door, Tony. I can't wait to see that score.
Oh, man, look at that. 230 feet on the button.
Our first tonight.
That is within 10 feet of the unofficial world night jump record of 240 feet. Let's give it up, please, for Joel Poland.
Joel's loving it. Give him a hand, people. Let him know. There he is, Joel Poland, our leader right now, coming into the bank for you.
Wow, some great jumping there from Joel Poland. He is absolutely on fire on his game, and he's set up an absolutely impressive target there, 230 feet.
All right, Tony, we've seen some very impressive jumping so far and an incredible jump by Joel, and we have one last skier.
Here we go.
And Tony,
ladies and
tell us
gentlemen,
about this guy.
Without a doubt, one of the greatest water ski athletes ever to compete at this level of competition. Former world jump record holder, former world champion, former champion of this competition, Louisiana Night Jam. And on top of all of that, an LSU graduate. Let's give it up, please, for Freddie the Nightmare Krueger. All right. I think about the first thing that Freddie Krueger did as he left the dock was swallow hard. And then, once he'd done that, then think of a way of superseding Joel Poland jump of 230 feet. He is capable of doing this, folks. because he has the unofficial world night jump record of 240 feet. He produced that right here several years ago in Louisiana Night Jam. And here we are at the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam, presented by Tides Medical. We certainly thank all of the sponsors and all of the supporters who have given generously to make this event happen. And we're now down to maybe the final 3 jumps. Let's make some noise for Freddy Krueger. That's a decent looking jump, but is it gonna be further than 230?
Tony,
right.
It didn't look like Freddie was wasting any time right there. I can't wait to see that score. Joel hasn't even gotten a chance to sit down and catch his breath.
Ladies and gentlemen, opening jump and guaranteeing him no worse than second spot. Freddy Krueger, 226. All right. Joel Poland, 230 feet. You're in the lead, 2 jumps remaining. Your prospects have improved by about 33%. Do you reckon that they can improve further?
Man, Freddie was looking really good earlier today, so, you know, you can never count this guy out. He's literally the greatest to have ever done it. So, man, I'm happy with how I jumped. Like, that's just what I wanted to do, and if Freddie goes out there and beats it, like, I can sleep happy tonight.
Well, you'll be sleeping exhausted, I know
Joel,
that.
thanks so much. Give it up for Joel Poland, ladies and gentlemen, on our hot seat up here. Take a deep breath, Joel.
Okay, could end up winning Louisiana Night Jam 2024, presented by Tides Medical. But Freddy Krueger might have an answer to that. And if he does, he's got to unleash it within the last 2 jumps, starting with this one. Here he comes, nice and wide on that towboat. Trying to keep his water speed up and now turns towards the jump. Look at this, jump number 2. That is a decent looking jump, but is it gonna be further? Distance coming through any moment now for Freddy the Nightmare Krueger. 226 on jump number 1. The numbers will change with the new distance. What is that distance? We're still waiting on the distance to be confirmed, but it might actually end up being the same distance again of 226 feet, which means that this championship could come down to the last jump. Your chances of winning are now 67%.
I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like nothing's over until it's over, so we're going to see what he does in this last jump. But come on, let's get behind him on this one, everyone. Let's give him a bit of noise.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great sportsmanship there from Joel
What do you
Poland.
say?
226 feet for
last
Freddy the
jumper
Nightmare
of the
Krueger,
night.
which is 68.9. Joel Poland's jump, incidentally, 70.1 meters. And looks like Freddy Krueger has been dropped down at the opposite end, because looks like we may have a technical issue in terms of actually measuring that jump distance for jump number 2. Man, we don't have enough drama, do we, Bill? We are just absolutely starving for it here.
It doesn't get much more exciting, does it, Tony? Last jump of the night, waiting to see. And what a great show we've had so far. Our athletes have really put it out there for us. Great show. Ladies and gentlemen. The boat's turning, Tony.
Wow. All right, we've got a distance, 227, 227. 227 feet.
This is the last jump. Get on your
Here
feet.
he comes.
Make some noise.
Okay, because Freddie Krueger was actually dropped at that end, it produced an unfair setup for him for his third and last jump. He is going to go through the motions of going round the other end of the lake, and then the boat will track round to the typical path, and then the Freddie Krueger will have an attempt on his third and last jump. So, what do we know? We know that Luca Rockenwald is guaranteed third. We also know that the two top podium finishers are either going to be Joel Poland or Freddie Krueger. But either way, let's give it up, please. This is our last jump.
Let him hear it. Make some noise. Come on, Zachary. Again, we would like to thank all of our sponsors who have helped us put it on.
Now, the only way in which we can have overtime in the men's jump event is if Freddie Krueger jumps exactly 70.1 meters on his last jump, or 230 feet. If we go into overtime, then both Joel Poland and Freddie Krueger would have 2 jumps apiece to settle the score. But
well, we're going to know in less than a minute, won't we, Tony? Freddie's making his
go
into the course.
Come on, let's make some noise. One last time. Freddie Krueger. Hugging the bottom right-hand corner, and I think he slipped out. And that means that Joel Poland is unofficially your champion of 2024 Louisiana Night Jam, presented by Tides Medical. Officially, the distance is 223 feet, but he knew as soon as he left the jump surface that Joel Poland won Louisiana Night Jam for 2024, presented by Tides Medical. What do you have to say?
Man, I am just stoked. Thank you to everyone at Bennett's for putting on this amazing event. Like, honestly, it is one of my favorite ones to come to. The crowd's always amazing. The site's always amazing. And yeah, man, I'm really happy right now.
All right then, folks, stick around. We got our award presentations. It is going to occur within minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the competitive action of the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam, presented by Tides Medical. Your men's jump winner from Great Britain, it is Joel Poland.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand, a round of applause for our man, the voice of water skiing, Mr. Tony Lightfoot. Been out here working for 4 or 5 hours nonstop. This is our man. We love him. Tony, thank you so much. A big hand.
Thank you very much indeed. But we've still yet to do some business here with our champions. So if our audience can at least stay for a few minutes as they witness the presentation of the prizes for each of our events, the women's jump, which was won by Hannah Straltsover, and the men's jump, which is won by Joel Poland. We'll get that done in a few moments, but please hang on tight. We'll get that. We'll get the award presentation. We'll get the backdrop, and we'll get everything situated so that we can present the prizes and then send you off home knowing full well that you have fully participated in Louisiana Night Jam.
We'd like to thank you all for coming out and supporting us here.
Hey, Bill.
At Tri-Lakes. Yes, Tony.
I've just been told we got plenty of beer left.
We've got a party going on. There is going to be a celebration right up here. Again, thanks everyone for coming.
example, over there somewhere. And for those of you in the crowd that want photographs and autographs from our skiers, they will be only too glad to offer them to you, and they will do it gratefully, and they'll wish you the best beyond that point. So if you want an autograph from our skiing competitors, just ask, and they will be more than happy to oblige. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, we're about to assemble our female competitors. I see that Valentina Gonzalez is there. I need Dodo, and I need Sasha, and I need Hannah, and I need one other person, Brittany Wharton, to make their way to the rear of the stage, and I will introduce each one of you one by one. For those of you that are watching on the webcast right now, thank you very much indeed for continuing to watch. We will have the award presentations coming back up. But once we get done with the coverage of this competition, the next edition of, five and six. Just a reminder that for those of you that are watching this webcast as part of the Water Ski Pro Tour, the next Water Ski Pro Tour stop is going to be the K1000 Marrakesh Pro Am Slalom is in the North African nation of Morocco. Well, ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that or not? In the words of Maximus Decimus Meridius, were you not entertained? Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you in the women's jump competition, the top five. The top five in the second round with a distance of 41.6 meters or 136. Let's give it up, please, for Canada's Dominique Grandin Allah. She ended up in 5th place. Ladies and gentlemen, in 4th place, with a jump distance of 47.8 meters or 157 feet. Let's give it up, please, for Valentina Gonzalez. All right, now we're into the top 3. 3rd place with a jump distance of 50.4 meters, 165 feet. Let's give it up, please, for Arkansas's own Brittany Wharton. Okay, here we go, the top 2. With a 2.1 meters or 171 feet. Come to us out of Horizon West in Central Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for Sasha Danieryushkaya. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you your first finisher and champion, 2024 Louisiana Night Jam by Nickel, with a jump distance of 177 feet or 54.1 meters. Let's give it up, please, for Hannah Strotsova. Well, Hannah, beer is good for the hair, they tell me. But tell me, what was it like to jump at night?
It always, like, you get nervous and it's more scary, but you just push yourself in front of the crowd, you get excited, and you just go for it.
And tell us about the crowd, because I mean we have people from all of the surrounding parishes, and especially Louisiana. I'm sure that you're extremely grateful for the support that they gave you as you're getting ready for your jumps.
Yeah, for sure, and especially my fan group that is here on the shore supporting me. It's one of the coolest events, and I wanted to say thank you to Jay Bennett and to all the sponsors. It's a fun event.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for your 5 finalists. Dodo, Brittany, Sasha, Vale, and Hannah. All right, let's present to you our men's competitors. We will highlight the top 6 here. Coming to us out of Italia with a jump distance of 55.9 meters or 183 feet. Let's give it up, please, for Italy's Edoardo Merenzi. All right, coming to you in 5th place with a jump of 61.6 meters, 202 feet. He comes to us out of Eastern Europe, and his name is Igor Morozov. Where are you, Igor? Come on. Igor Morozov, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Top four. In fourth place with a jump distance of 65.2 meters or 214 feet. He comes to us from Horizon, Central Florida. He is Taylor Garcia. Now, presenting to you our top three. He comes to us out of Austria. His best jump was a 217-foot jump or 66 meters. Let's give it up, please, for Austria's Luca Rockenvold. All right, now we come down to our top two. Second place finisher and runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, with a jump distance of 69.1 meters or 227 feet. One of the greatest water ski jumpers of all time. It's Freddie the Nightmare Karuga. All right, and that brings to you and champion of the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam, presented to you by Tides Medical. His best jump is a distance of 70.1 meters or 230 feet. One of the longest jumps ever recorded at night. He comes to us from London, England. His name is Joe Poland. Hold off on that a moment, guys. I've got to talk to him. You've got a few words to say, haven't you?
That's about it.
That's about it. Okay, I'll leave you to your celebrations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, please, for our top six. Eduardo Morenzi, Igor Morozov, Taylor Garcia, Luca Rockenvold, Freddie Kruger, and your champion, Joel Poland. Okay. Right. Before we let the people on our webcast go, and before we let all of our people here and the spectators head on home, Joel Poland, you know, try and sum this victory up.
Oh man, it's been a really good start to this season. Like, had a bit of a tough end to last season, and yeah, put in a lot of work over the winter, and it seems to be paying off. So yeah, I'm really happy, and yeah, I want to thank everyone who came out tonight. Like, you guys really make this event what it is. You're the reason that we go out there and give it our best. And obviously, thank you to everyone at Bennett's. Like, wouldn't be happening without you guys. So yeah, thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Joel Poland, for the 2024 Louisiana Night Jam, presented by Tides Medical. All right, folks, that is it. The band is going to be coming back on in just a few moments. You've been an absolutely great crowd. We thank you for your support, no matter how near or how far you've traveled to be here, or whether you've taken the time to watch the webcast here on lanightjam.com. My name is Tony Lightfoot. It's always a pleasure to do these kinds of events. And once again, until next time, it is ciao for now.
Why come to Southwest Louisiana to eat? Because we love local ingredients. Fresh seafood from the Gulf, fresh everything. We have Cajun, Creole, we have a slight Southeast Texas influence, and all that come together, and that's why you should come. Making our guests happy, giving people one-of-a-kind experiences. That's how I feed my soul.
Please support our Louisiana restaurants. Together, you ensure we remain Louisiana strong.